Fiverr.com is easily one of the best sites when it comes to making money online. I mean, seriously, there's so many ways you can make money here that it literally makes my head spin.
Make it stop. Make it stop.
Yeah, I probably shouldn't have done that. Anyways, in this video, you will learn about the top 5 ways to make money on Fiverr with no skills. So even if you feel like you suck at everything you do, these are 5 methods that anyone can do to make money fast. And if you stay till the very end, I'm also going to reveal the exact service I offered, which allowed me to earn my very first $401.60 right online. So whether you are completely brand new and unsure what to offer, or maybe you're looking for more ways to make money here, then this is the video for you. Hey, before we dive in, if you like videos about online business and passive income, then definitely be sure to hit that subscribe button and turn on the bell notification so you never miss a new video. And without further ado, let's get that Fiverr money. Alright, so the very first method in this list is something known as creating intros and outros, and this is primarily for people who are doing like YouTube videos. If they are, if they're building a YouTube channel, obviously a lot of them will want to have some sort of intro and outro to their videos to, of course, help build credibility with their audience. So people can, of course, go to Fiverr.com and they could find this exact service, and there's tons of people offering this service, and they're charging anywhere from 10, 120, 25. Of course, in your case, you want to start off with rather a low price, and as you get lots of great feedback, then you could decide to increase your rates as you go along. But with creating intros and outros, this is one of those things where you might initially think, well, wait a minute, how can I create something, awesome looking like this if I'm not, tech savvy, if I don't have lots of experience? How could I do something like this, right? This is one of those things where it might sound like it's complicated, but in actuality, it's actually pretty simple, because there are sites such as videobolt.net as well as biteable.com where you could actually use these sites to create intros for people who are, of course, using them. So with VideoBolt right here, this pretty much gives you a whole list of different templates that you could use for different video intros. So for example, if we look at like popular intros, or like, let's say for example, like corporate intros, right? If you're creating like something that is for like an educational type of channel or some sort of like business related channel, you could use one of these intros. Let's see how that exactly looks right there. So in your case, what you would want to do is you'd want to take whatever text that they want, and then you just put that right in the intro right there. And then at the end of the video, it has like their website, or they might even have like their own logo that they want to include in that intro. So that's pretty much what you would, of course, do is you just take whatever text that they want, you insert it into the intro, and then just like that, you have a very cool, nice looking intro that the buyer will most likely be happy with. So there is videobolt.net that you could use, and there's also biteable.com, which I recommend checking out. And both of these, they offer really cool intro and outro templates that you could use, where you pretty much just take whatever text that the buyer wants and you just insert that right in there. So when you are creating your gig for this service, what you'd want to do is you'd want to include the sample videos for these exact templates right here, and say like, okay, here's some templates you could of course pick from, right? And then just send me the tagline or the business logo or whatever it is that they have, that you'd have them send that to you. And then really all you have to do is just put that into the actual service right there. So that's pretty much all there really is to it. You just put in whatever it is that they want there. And then just like that, within minutes, you have a very nice looking intro. So that's the very first method in this list that I want to go over. Let's move on to the second one, which is something known as background removal. Now, background removal, if you aren't great when it comes to Photoshop, you might think, well, there's no way I could possibly do something like this, right? To remove the entire background of an image sounds like something that would be very complicated, right? In my case, I didn't think that I would ever be able to do something like that, but there is a really great site you could use for this, and that is called remove.bg. So in this case, what I did is I took this image of myself, and as you can see, here's the original image. You just literally just upload whatever image that you want in there, and then within seconds, it actually removes the actual background. So in my case, I just put that in, and then just like that, it actually takes out the entire background right there. So this is like literally within seconds that I did this. And, at times you might have like one other pixel that you want to like brush off, but for the most part, remove.bg does a really good job at removing the entire background from your image right there. So anyone who wants to get their background removed, they just go to Fiverr.com. They could pay you, $5 to do that. And then you just take their image, put it into remove.bg, and then you of course send that out to them, and then that is how you of course get paid that commission right there. So with this exact service, you can't really expect to make that much, because in this case most people are charging about $5 for this one, or in most cases. But if you're doing, like, let's say for example, where you remove like 200 image, right? I'll remove 200 backgrounds within a day. In that case, you might be able to charge a little bit more, but for the most part, since this is a fairly simple thing, you can't really expect to make that much from it. But if you are looking for quick and easy money, then this is definitely something that you could do to start getting into profit with Fiverr.com fairly quickly. So again, this is another thing that pretty much anyone can do on Fiverr.com. But let's actually move on to the next one in this list, which is something known as user testing. Now, there's actually a site that I talked about on this channel many months ago. The name of the site is called usertesting.com. And that site is basically a site where you could, of course, get paid to give your feedback on different websites and different mobile apps. You pretty much kind of speak your thoughts as you go through the apps. And it's pretty simple. You just pretty much kind of go through it. They give you some instructions where it pretty much, goes over, okay, what are your thoughts on the homepage or something like that. And then you just kind of speak your thoughts, and then it'll say something like, okay, go to the the about page, and like maybe go to the shop or something, and then go through the process of what it would look like to order something, and kind of speak your thoughts on your experience right there. It's kind of simple basic stuff where you're pretty much kind of speaking through it, and you're giving your thoughts in terms of how the website owner could, of course, improve their website. So the same exact thing goes for this exact gig on Fiverr.com. You could set up your own gig on Fiverr, and someone can pay you to give feedback for their actual website. So in this case, you could charge anywhere from $10, $15, and this usually would take you anywhere from like 10 to 20 minutes to go through their website and review it. Of course, depending on how many steps that they give you, you could set a specific price, like say like, okay, I want, like if you wanted to do like, $10, you want to charge that for like, maybe like, okay, you could give me 5 things that you want me to talk about in your website or something like that, right? Of course, you could include more expensive packages for like more elements that you could of course review, but that's pretty much all there is to it. You just kind of give your thoughts on the websites, and then of course as you do that and you give lots of great feedback, it then of course helps the website owner to make improvements to their website. So those are the first 3. Let's actually move on to the next one. Hey, real quick, if you're enjoying this video so far, remember to hit that like button because it helps the algorithm, and subscribe to this channel so you never miss a new video. And also, I'm curious to know, what service are you currently offering or planning to offer on Fiverr.com? Let me know in the comments how your experience has been so far, and if you want to learn even more ways to make money on Fiverr. If I get enough feedback, I'll definitely consider going further in depth, covering even more methods. But without further ado, let's go to our next method. Alright, so method number 4 is file conversion, or something, or you could also refer to it as convert to another file. Basically how this works is you can get paid to convert files to different file formats. And me personally, I'm not sure why someone would decide to pay for something like this when you could literally just go online, search up, MP4 to MP3 or whatever, and, literally just go to one of these sites and just, do it within like a second or something like that. But people are actually willing to pay money on this platform to actually get their file converted for them. So really all you have to do is you just take whatever file that they send you. So for example, if it's some like a PDF and they want you to convert it to a Word document, go on Google, type in PDF to Word, and then you could find one of these sites to pretty much do that for you for free. So, pdf2word.com, you just go to this site and then you include the file, and then from there you pretty much can just, get it converted within seconds right there. So that's pretty much how this entire service works. Again, with this one, people, I wouldn't expect them to be willing to pay that much. It's like usually like around like $5 is on average what most people are charging. But there are some people that are charging, like $30. I think that might be, something else or something like that, or for like 15. But for the most part, you can make some pretty quick money by doing this exact service right here. So again, not something where you can make necessarily a lot of money, but it is something where you can make some pretty decent money, fairly quickly. But let's actually move on to the 5th one in this list, which is actually the exact service that I offered on Fiverr to make not only my first dollar online, but an extra $400 pretty much on the side, working very part-time. Didn't really take this too seriously, but there was one service that I offered on this platform that allowed me to make around $401.60. And what exactly was the service that I offered? Well, the name of the service is actually something known as spokesperson videos. And the way how this works is you pretty much get paid to read a script on camera. That's pretty much all you have to do. Someone can pay you, any amount. So in this case, there's people charging $30 for this, 125, 245, some charging, $10, $5. Of course, with this one, you can make a lot of money with it, but what I would recommend doing is starting with a low price, $5 to $10, and as you start getting lots of great feedback in the door, what you could do is you could then increase your rates as you go along. If you, of course, can become great on camera, and let's say that you also get like a very, very nice high quality camera, very nice microphone, then you could definitely charge a premium for this exact service right here. So this is definitely one that you can make quite a lot of money with. And keep in mind, when I first started doing this, all I had at the time was my smartphone and my computer. I didn't invest in anything personally. I didn't have a tripod that I have now. I didn't have my microphone. I wasn't making videos on YouTube. Didn't really have any sort of like fancy background or anything like that. All I had was my phone, computer, and just a white wall behind me. That's literally all I had. And whenever someone would pay me to read a script, they would give me their script. I would have it displayed on my computer screen right here. And then I would have my phone out. And I would do my best to look in the lens, but I would have the script right behind me where I can kind of see it as I'm, of course, looking into the lens. So this is pretty much all I did to make this extra amount right here. And again, this wasn't something that I was really taking too seriously. Just kind of put up the gig. I just kind of heard someone say that it was in very high demand, which this service in particular is still in pretty high demand right there. And you definitely can make a lot of money with this one right here. But let's say, for example, that you aren't good when it comes to, like remembering scripts, and you don't feel like you could, necessarily like remember, all the lines. What you could actually do is you could use an app that you can get on your phone, which is called Speechway. And this is actually a teleprompter app that I've actually been experimenting with on this YouTube channel. So there's a little secret that you got from me. So in my case, with a lot of recent videos that I've been doing where, I would record with my phone, I would actually have it to where what I want to say is displayed on my my phone screen. That way I don't necessarily like forget to, say something, because oftentimes I used to do a lot of videos where I would just be, like recording my face, and oftentimes I would forget to say something, and I would watch back and be like, oh, I forgot to say that thing. But in this case, it's pretty easy to, of course, get everything down within, your first attempt or first 2 attempts is by using a teleprompter app like this. So you could use something like this to pretty much get the script down right away, and then that way you can get it out to the actual the buyer, and then it'll still look as if you're looking into the actual lens right there. So those are the top 5 gigs that I wanted to go over in this video. I hope you got lots of value here, and this is definitely a platform that I highly recommend looking into. There's definitely lots of great ways to make money on this platform. The only downside with Fiverr.com is that at the end of the day, you are still trading time for money, which means that if you aren't necessarily working, then you aren't getting paid. So if you are someone that wants to learn how to create more of a passive income, if you want to learn how to, set up your own online business, where let's say that you want to be able to work on your own terms, you want to have more freedom, and you want to be able to, perhaps maybe even create multiple streams of income, then what I recommend that you do is check out the very first link, which is down below this video. And that link is this one right here that says get instant access to my free affiliate jumpstart training right here. When you click on this link, this will actually take you over to this page where it'll give you access to my free training that I put together, which shows you how to build a highly profitable business online by selling other people's products. If you want to learn how to do this stuff step by step, and you want to learn how to become your own boss, then you can check out my free training, which is down below here. And then you can just enter your name, your email, then you can get instant access to the training right there. But anyways, hope you got lots of value in this video. If you did, be sure to let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Give us a thumbs up if you got lots of value here, and take care.